You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Hello and tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu. King, Teliano, is that you?
I'm froze.
This is episode 149 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com, use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. As well as our Patreon producers. Shout out to the Patreon producers, AB and Brown Dre, the GOAT G, Johnny from Anime Analytical Podcast, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Explicitly, Monique Williams, and Nachi. Thank y'all so much for supporting the podcast for many, many months. Everybody for supporting the podcast for as long as you guys have. We appreciate y'all so very much. Mic Check Waifu is an anime podcast that comes to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST. You can follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu, on TikTok, Mic Check Waifu, on Instagram, Mic Check Waifu. Also listen to us on all podcasting services. Rate us, favorite us. YouTube. Yes. Check out our YouTube. We got videos going up there that's not particularly related to the anime podcast. So be on the lookout for those videos coming soon. More coming soon. Kind of like the one I did recently about the best way to consume your anime. The easiest way to consume your anime. Keep it all organized because it's a lot. Especially this spring season. Today, we got a lot to talk about. Spring season hidden. A new show dropped for your boy. Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm going to read some questions from Twitter. Some statements from Twitter about this spring season so far. But first, Tell, how you feeling? I caught him drinking water. My fault.
I got this big ass jug of water that y'all can only see on the video version of the podcast.
But you can get early at patreon.com/miccheck-waifu.
I was supposed to be done drinking this water by 6 p.m.
It's 11 p.m.
But it is. But I'm fucking this water up. It's good. I am well, brother. I am well. I inadvertently worked out 6 times last week. Didn't
inadvertently?
mean to.
Oh, well, it's your job too, though.
Yeah, it's my job too, but I'm supposed to be working other people out, not myself out 6 times a week.
That's a fact.
But yeah, I'm good, bro. We living. I set up Apollo's desk for school because he gonna be homeschooled. So we set up his desk. So yeah, we getting stuff going.
Sick. Well, I did the drive back from Cleveland to Texas again, so that will make a total of 6 times I've done that drive.
Bro, driving a regular 6,000 miles in a year, just in a couple of trips.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Me and Sabre went down to Cleveland. We ended up getting stuck there for about a month because it was started snowing in April, like a whiteout snow. I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking driving through that shit. But we ended up being there for a month. Came back. Now I'm home. Back in Houston. The problem now, here's the thing. It's an anime podcast, I promise. We're gonna get to that though. Something about this Houston, like the pollen, the air, something about this air has my dog hyperallergenic to it. Like he's fucking itchy. He's scratching so much. So I just had to order some hyperallergenic shampoo and spray for him. Because look, bro, he's like fucking chewing on himself so much.
I don't know. Like, so hear me out. I never had allergies in Cleveland. Never had a single allergy issue ever. My mom had allergies. I don't know if you remember, my mom is the kind of person, she sneezed 3 times every single time, right? So when allergy season come around, she's like, ha-chew. That's my mom. Me, I literally never had allergies. And then I moved to North Carolina. And I found out that when that blanket of pollen that'll turn your car yellow come out,
oh yeah,
it's a wrap. Then I moved to Florida and I found out it was worse.
Yep.
It was a wrap. And here it ain't no better. It's just I have allergies, and I don't have the worst allergies, but I will get stuffy nose for a couple of days.
Right.
But it's like my body will get acclimated, and then I'm cool. But when it come around, it kick my ass, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because that shit be flying all over my car too. Like, and it's like way more abundant here. And I think it's the fucking air, man. The air is so dry and heavy and stagnant that it's like my dog I feel bad for him because he's just scratching all the time, biting himself, and I can tell when he got a spot, it's too bad because he just starts chewing on it. He starts chewing on it. He's like, start growling and shit. I'm gonna get them together though. I'm gonna get them that shampoo and the spray, and then we gonna keep them moisturized.
Yeah,
because we got to take care of my puppy. So tell, man, what was your episode of the week this week? A lot of good episodes this week.
Which one stood out the most to me? You gonna say it sucks because I could easily say it was summertime rendering, right? Mm-hmm. But I also think that the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody was good. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna give it to episode 3 of an anime I started watching today.
Okay.
Io Ashi. It's the soccer anime.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it to episode 3 of that.
There's I'm gonna give it to episode 3 of Love After World Domination.
That was a good one too.
Real good episode. No, I'm a liar. I'm a complete fucking liar. I just lied to everybody. I'm giving it to Shigemori. It's not just the cutie. Now, okay. Let me tell you something. All right. There's a issue I'm having with this season. Okay, and this is gonna segue nicely into some of the thoughts we have on the spring season. You know how most people have like the 3-episode rule where they watch 3 episodes of an anime and they determine on whether they're gonna keep going or not. I decided to put the question out there on Twitter, and we're gonna get to those questions soon thereafter I make this statement. But the only issue I have with this spring season, outside of it's great, it's fucking fantastic. It's almost too good of a spring season. There are some misses. I'm gonna get to those misses a little bit later in the show. But this fucking season of anime is just too wholesome. It's too fucking wholesome. Every episode that I've watched had me like, had this wholesome smile on my face, and that's not that that's a problem, but I need some drama. I need some suspense. Yeah, we got Tomodachi Game and I guess Rising, which I'm gonna get to a little bit soon here, but this is it's everything I've watched is either a comedy or some wholesome romance, and I'm overloaded. I'm fucking overloaded with just wholesomeness, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Apollo said he over it, bro. He's like, I'm done. I'm tired.
Not that I'm over it. I'm overloaded. Because fucking Spy Family is fantastic, of course. Like, that was another great episode. Like, how the fuck did we do that? But I had, like, it's just too much wholesome. I need some mess. I need some dirt. I need some drama. How you feeling?
I don't need the drama. I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I think my favorite slice of life don't have that much drama. Like, there's drama, but it's not like that much drama. Like my teen romantic comedy Snafu did not feel like that much drama to me. It didn't feel messy. It felt like there was.
Right, but my question is, do you feel like the season a little too wholesome?
Not at all.
No.
I enjoy the wholesome, especially because like what we had Trapped in a Dating Sim. Mm-hmm. It's not messy.
No,
but it's not necessarily wholesome. You know.
Yeah, it's a comedy though.
Yeah, it's a comedy, but nothing's necessarily like. Nothing's giving us, like you said, that edgy, like.
I just need something serious.
It's not like Rent a Girlfriend. It's not giving us comedic. Like. Yeah, but what I mean is like Rent a Girlfriend had the messiness between like Mami-chan and some of their relationships and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's nothing we have is necessarily messy right now, and I mean I'm cool with that. It ain't the best.
Let me redefine what I mean here, okay?
Yeah, let's see what you mean by messy.
Because I think you're just thinking of messy. That's the problem. I'm not just thinking of messy. I need seriousness. I need something serious. Everything is a comedy. Everything is a wholesome romantic comedy this season. I need something fucking, I don't know, give me the meathead. I don't give a fuck. Just give me something serious that is not all just fucking, everything is just so lighthearted. Even the new show I watched, I'm about to talk about, A Couple of Cuckoos. A Couple of Cuckoos is phenomenal. It's a great fucking show. If this show had a serious undertone to it, it'd be 20 times better. Not saying that the comedy is bad. Not saying that it's bad that it is a comedy. I'm just saying I think I would enjoy this even more than I already do if this was a more serious anime. So for those of you who aren't aware, A Couple of Cuckoos is like the latest addition to the spring season. A Couple of Cuckoos is fucking dope. It's about a kid at birth who was essentially misplaced, and by misplaced I mean put in the wrong infant bed, so that the wrong parents, basically the two parents or the two sets of parents switch babies. So now this family has a son that isn't theirs, and this other family has a daughter that isn't theirs. The thing with this is that the dude in the first episode, he's going to meet his parents. But before he meets his parents, he runs into this girl who looks like she's attempting to commit suicide. She's on this bridge getting ready to jump, and it looks like she's finna kill herself. Lo and behold, he stops her. And when he stops her, it comes to find out that she's just doing a bit for her parents on social media. So she's pretending to kill herself on social media for her parents because they're forcing her to marry somebody that she don't want to marry, and she's pissed off about it. But he runs into this girl, and this girl's like, well, shit, you know, I was just doing this for my parents. Now I need to figure out another way to stop my parents from forcing me in this arranged marriage. Okay, so he's tasked with they then come up with this suggestion that he's tasked with being her fake boyfriend, and he's not really down for it. Like, it's not really working out between them. But she ended up like taking this picture and showing it to her parents, like, hey, this is my boyfriend. I don't want to be a part of this arranged marriage. Long story short, he moves on. He goes to meet his parents, and when he meets his parents, he find out that the two that you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. It's the essentially he goes to meet the parents, and the parents has this deal for him, and it's a very interesting story, like super interesting, but like it's looking like it's about to be a love triangle between three different girls, which is like almost kind of like, what can I compare this? My teen romantic comedy snafu, to be honest, but more comedic, way more comedic than that. And my teen romantic comedy snafu, funny enough, as the title suggests, it isn't really that comedic. It's more of a serious forefront, and then the comedic like slight.
And it's supposed to be like a rom-com.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Less comedy, but rom-com.
Yes, it's a rom-comedy, but it's definitely more romantic and, you know, a little bit more serious in the overarching story. But the show is great. I just think it'd be so much better if it wasn't just fucking jokes everywhere. And again, they're not bad jokes. It's good to have this comedy, but I got a feeling it is gonna get serious, but I just need that shit more. And
here's the thing. When we looked at this list, we did not see much seriousness, right?
Yeah, we did. I think we mentioned that a few times.
I was gonna say we said that, like, there's not much seriousness, and the things that we would be able to catch up on that would possibly provide that seriousness would be, let's say, like Kingdom season 4. And I haven't watched Kingdom at all yet.
Me either. Yeah, true.
And I was supposed to read Kingdom or start reading it, so I haven't even started that. It's not much on here. I do know that I want to watch. I think it's a movie that's coming out in a couple of days. Bubble.
Oh yeah.
So I do want to watch that. So maybe that'll give us a little bit of seriousness to this season. But if we being real, it's really not nothing serious. Maybe Build Divide, the second part, will be good.
No, it won't.
It was my sleeper. It was my
what 2 seasons ago?
Right, yo. For y'all who knew my sleeper was Build Divide, and y'all caught any episodes of it, it was bad. The whole way through, it was bad. And
the whole time.
Part white.
What did you think about your sleeper this week?
I thought it was cool, but it almost felt like a rehash of the previous episode.
It was a travel.
Well, you know how like they had the fight with the previous dude from the guild who killed the witches and mages and whatnot. It felt like a rehash of that episode, just without him grabbing looting staff this time. So it was cool. It was okay. What I'd rather talk about though, I started watching, like I said, Aoashi.
Okay.
Now, this is a soccer anime. I know Polo ain't gonna watch it. It's a sports anime.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
So far, I only have one issue with it, and it's the fact that they use the crow like it's fucking Haikyuu. And it's because our main character is supposed to have this like field of view where he can see the whole field, the whole soccer field, and it's like really good like positioning with other characters in it. But it is interesting. I do like the sports anime. This is giving me kind of like the meathead seriousness that I kind of wanted, but not. It's very shonen-esque, right? Like we just bumped into a character in this latest episode where he's kind of like down talking the main character and everyone around him. He actually told the main character like, "Yo, you're actually pretty good, but everyone around you is talentless.
Jeez.
They are maidenless. They get no hoes.
Maidenless. Elden Ring.
They have nothing, and you should just go back home and play with your friends, because with this team you're never gonna make it anywhere."
Damn.
I was like, sheesh, bro. He heard that in the first episode. Someone told him that in the first episode, and but I do think I like the energy of the characters, and that's it. I think that's what draws me to these like sports anime. It's like I like the character who has that will to kind of push forward and drive through and whatnot. But yeah, that third episode is really kind of like got me hype, only for the fact that we saw our main character and his entire team just kind of get shit on the whole episode. It was bad. They was getting destroyed. Bro. It was getting destroyed.
So it's very Haikyuu-esque then in that?
Kind of, but Haikyuu-esque, we saw that in the first episode, right? In the first episode, we kind of saw like Hinata not kind of get his victory he wanted, and I don't think they was getting beat on. But
they was getting fucking shut the fuck down for like almost the whole season.
But yeah, but it was just this episode they got shut down, but it was intentional, like it was like the intentional, like they were intentionally put against like someone they couldn't beat, but like it was, I almost like prove a point, but it was nice. It's nice to see. So
yeah.
I'm going to keep watching it. I'm putting this in like my guaranteed watches for this season. But I'm still looking for more I guaranteed kind of want to watch, right? Like there's stuff that I know I want to watch, but nothing that's really like saying I need this in my life kind of thing.
Well, all right. Well, let's go into this then. Okay. So again, like I said earlier in the podcast, most people give or use the 3-episode rule. And now that the season is in that range, have you dropped anything, or do you plan on like setting something aside?
Right now, for the go ahead to my little list of what I've been watching. For the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 anime I'm watching, I'm not dropping any of them so far. Right? Like I actually enjoy everything I've already picked up from this season. Well, actually, there's one in that that 12 I haven't started yet. But for the 11 I've started so far, like I actually enjoy all of them for what they are. So nothing I'm gonna drop yet, but there's still more I'm gonna pick up. Like Executioner's Way of Life. Mm-hmm. Like if I didn't watch 3 episodes of this and 2 episodes of this, I probably would have been able to pick that up and that kind of stuff. But there's still stuff I'm adding to my list, and everything I've watched from this season so far, and that's what I think is weird, is like I do enjoy everything I've watched so far. Yeah. I'm not dropping anything. It's just like you said, there's not that serious tone yet, right?
Yeah.
Nothing that gives you that impact, like something is a grave
love situation. Of kill or
nothing is giving us that.
Suspenseful. Out of the 15 shows that I've watched, I'm probably gonna drop one.
Which one is that?
Rising of a Shield Hero.
Okay.
And it's not that it's poor or I'm not gonna hold you. The second season stinks. It's so far like it's not holding my attention. It's not holding the attention of anybody this second season. Actually, it's perfect transition. Shout out to Frozen Paradise. Or AKA, sorry, he says, it hurts me to say this, but I really could care less about this season of Shield Hero. For some reason, this season's plot is just not grabbing me. And it's the same for me. But then I go back and realize, something I've been saying the entire time. Rising of the Shield Hero is mediocre. It's average. It's literally just average. And it's coming to the forefront because expectations, we expected some crazy shit to pop off. And it's not. It's supposedly popping off. Like what it's showing is it's showing like this dire situation that we're supposed to care about, but I don't think it's really grabbing anybody. To go to another Twitter statement. This comes from my bruv. I was gonna do the whole accent, but I'm not gonna do it.
I love you tripping. He's funny, y'all.
It comes from our brother Ash. She says, I said, I'll be the one to say it. So far, Rising of the Shield Hero season 2 kind of stinks. And he said it's the very definition of mediocre. I'm still going to tune in every week though, because I'm committed to finishing it. But I'm obviously a glutton for punishment. And I kind of feel that. It's for me, the sub is boring. I'm so bored of the sub. Like it puts me to sleep. I literally have to pause it sometimes, walk around a little bit, stand up, and then come back to it because it's just, I literally be sitting like, even when shit getting hype, like Naofumi just sounds like a teacher giving a lecture when he's
no.
and when he's supposed to be yelling or something's supposed to be intense. It's boring. So I think I'm gonna wait for the dub, and that's what I mean by putting this aside. Like maybe it'll pop off. But
here's my direct yet indirect statement to that, right? Because I do agree that the beginning of this, especially these first 3 episodes of Rising of the Shield Hero. Is it 3 or 4? Well, whatever. The first
3.
few episodes of this Rising of the Shield Hero, they have felt wildly mediocre, especially in comparison to all the hype garnered around it, right? Mm-hmm. We garnered all this hype for this anime, and it's not necessarily living up to all that hype.
Right.
Now, how I do see this, though, in comparison, is the fact that they set up this tortoise thing, right? That's supposed to be like this dire situation. But I feel like obviously we knew that the tortoise was not the main situation, right? We knew that it's more about who woke the tortoise up and what that means, like, for the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Like, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking like, this is just a build to that scenario so we can get there. Do I think they could have done it better? Not even 100%, like 5,000% they could have done this shit better. And if they could have even said, like, they could have even like started at this fight, almost like just started the anime like here, like we see Naofumi doing things and then go straight to getting this tortoise and figuring it out. But because it does feel like this is dragging, and it almost doesn't feel tied into what's coming or what's supposed to come next, even though we don't know what's coming next. It feels disconnected, disjointed, right? I don't know if I'm the only one seeing that, but to me, that's what it feels like. It feels almost like this tortoise fight is a precursor, but disjointed from whatever is supposed to be happening in the world.
It feels like they wanted 25 episodes, but got 13. So now they kind of condensing this little introductory incident into what's going to become the overarching arch this season, right? So,
but what I'm saying is like, is it really condensed because it feels like it's taking too long, right?
Yeah, it's very much condensed because you gotta think they started off with Naofumi getting his own land, and then him living in that own land, all in just 3 episodes. They met the turtle. They met this turtle spirit. They find the turtle, and then they fight the turtle, and then in the 3rd episode, essentially, quote unquote, spoilers, kill the turtle. But they don't really. Apparently, it's not the real turtle. So it's like it all happened in 3 episodes. So that's actually relatively quick in my personal opinion, because I feel like if they would have had longer, they would have probably had them traveling to find out where the turtle is. Like, it's just everything is condensed, and I don't know. It's just I don't.
Yeah, I feel like if it had been longer, right? Like they had more time to draw this out, I think it would have been worse. Like there's no reason for this to be, because this feels, and like I said, we have differing opinions on this, but I just feel like if this had been extended, like if it was that previous 25 episodes, yeah, it might have had a better first episode, but we would have been 7 episodes in, like, God damn, when are they gonna fight this turtle?
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you got a good point there.
And we would have been like at episode 17, like, okay, we seen the bad guy win, like the official bad guy win. So and it would have felt even worse, in my opinion.
So is this a damned if they do, damned if they don't kind of situation? Because like
it's the pacing. The pacing is poorly done, because if the pacing had been better, then we probably could get somewhere with these characters that are okay. Like people really only and I've seen this a lot of times, so that's why I'm saying this. People only really here for Raftalia. That's it. They're not really here for Naofumi. They're here for Raftalia, and she ain't getting enough spotlight to even make it worthwhile.
To be honest, and we got both my personal Twitter at PoloBornFly, and then you might check Twitter at MikeCheckWaifu. I don't even see anything about Rising of the Shield Hero on the timeline. Period.
Yeah, I've literally seen people say I'm only here for Raftalia. So I know this anime has been getting on people's nerves, but that's what I've seen that like 3 times on the timeline.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy that now all of a sudden people only here for Raftalia. But you talk about this shit 3 weeks ago, and it's Rising of the Shield Hero is the greatest isekai that was ever made. Hashtag Polo is right. I'm not saying that I was right or anything.
You literally just did. You said hashtag Polo was right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never say nothing like that. Black Damzilla.
I'm about to tweet it right now.
Black Damzilla says he's not dropping any show. He said not yet, but certain shows are definitely starting to get prioritized. There's a few shows on my bench that I might watch later, but there's been some early surprises. Absolutely. And one of the early surprises for me, man, and maybe it's just recency bias, but a couple of cuckoos. I was expecting this to be just kind of trash. Well, you know what I like about it? What it does, and this is so fucking weird. And this is a getting a mecha podcast by Jamal, because he goes into like the details of like the art styles and animations and shit. But this show does something that is weird. I know they've done this in other anime, but check this out, and you will understand what I'm saying. Y'all probably won't, because maybe y'all will. I don't know. I'm beside. Tell what they do in this show is they do something like they do angles of anime characters' faces, right? So you see how I'm at this angle on the camera right now for the Patreon people watching on the video. You can see I'm looking at a different angle. But what they do is they still give it the depth and the 3D of a real actual face, but none of it is 3D. You can still see like I don't know how to explain it. Just like an angle fucking thing that they do with faces, so like in this show.
Moving into the background, that kind of stuff.
Yes. The angles aren't, the faces turn to an angle, but they aren't completely flat 2D, right? It's fucking phenomenal. It looks so good. Like the art style in this show is movie quality, top tier, beautiful. Like it's insane. That has been the biggest surprise for me. Tell, what is one of the biggest surprises of you seeing this spring season?
The biggest surprise for me, and I hate to say it because it's reminiscent of one of our favorites. It's really Summertime Rendering, and what I guess more or less a surprise for me is how comfortable I feel with this, like reliving a scenario thing, and more about the understanding of what we're getting into with these shadows and whatnot, right? Yeah. And we're not gonna spoil it
until the second half of the show.
Not yet, yeah. But like the realization and understanding of what it actually is, and that, you know, how I'm perceiving it already is already blowing my mind, because it seems like it's gonna be way more in depth, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. So yeah, it's not necessarily about the artistic style of it, because I do like that it looks good. But I have a theory, and I'm gonna give this theory. I'm gonna get this theory in the spoiler talk, because I think this theory is important.
Very interesting stuff. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Summertime Rendering is real good. Real good. And if you haven't watched it yet, you can catch it on a site that shall not be named, even though it's supposed to be on Disney Plus. It's nowhere else so far, unfortunately. But yeah, no, that's a valid point. All right, next up, who we got next, y'all? Black from Madoka Mixer Podcast. He says not yet. He said he's not dropping anything yet. All of them getting watched, and the one that I thought I was gonna dislike, I ended up I was going to dislike the most, ended up being one I'm enjoying more than others. A very solid anime season. Huh? No, he didn't. I wish he did.
Come on, bruh.
Definitely a cock tease. Because I would want to know. Because I feel that same way too. Like,
I don't care. I'm saying Black is watching Build Divide.
Gross. I hope.
Until he say otherwise.
It's Build Divide.
I'm slandering him. Build Divide is what he's watching.
That's terrible, Black. Terrible choice. So again, this is funny. I laughed during reading this because he said the one I thought I was going to dislike the most, I ended up enjoying more than others. That's the same for me when it comes to Love After World Domination. Like, why?
But come on.
Nah, bro. Why the fuck would I enjoy a Power Rangers parody?
It's not, though.
It is.
Like, as soon as I turned it on, I started watching it. It's not, though. I mean, kind of, but it's really not. Like, that's not even. It's supposed to be a focal point, but it really ain't a focal point.
That's true.
Like, it's good because take away the Power Rangers thing, right? Let's say they weren't Power Rangers. Let's say they were almost My Hero Academia, but adults, right?
Okay.
Let's say it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You still got the same thing. These are heroes versus villains, and the relationship that's trying to be cultivated here, right?
So good.
It's so good. Imagine, let's take away that too. Let's say it's like Tokyo Avengers, this school versus that school. Mm-hmm. Same concept. It's all about the forbidden relationship. Yeah. And that's what makes it good. Plus, it's wholesome as fuck. It's so wholesome.
She has to be the waifu of the season, man. Between her and Yu's mom from Shikamori, Not Just a Cutie. Those two have to be the waifu of the season. They're so fucking cute that it's too much to handle. Desumi is incredible. She's incredible.
We're not talking about this in our spoiler talk, right?
We could.
Because, I mean, I don't think it's really a need to. It's just one thing I want to say.
Yeah.
The slight spoiler. When they were on their date and she went to go, get drinks.
Oh, yeah.
And he thought she left because he panicked. Bro, I was like, damn. In my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, she really like she up and left because he disappointed her with that date or whatever. And I'm thinking like, I mean, I guess it could work because maybe she really do like that. But when she came back, I was very surprised and I was very happy. Like, that's what she was thinking. Like, yeah, this is what I do. And like, he understands because they're kind of like the same, but very different.
Right.
And I loved it. I was like, okay, I rock with this because he wasn't he's not completely wrong. You know, it was so good.
Yeah, and she didn't care. She don't give a shit. She just wanted to be. I love it, man. It's just so good. That's one of the shows for me that is. I end up liking more than I thought I would.
I mean, I think then we see some rankings or something where people were liking that show more than they thought they were.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Yeah. It was like, I think that was what I saw it on Twitter somewhere. It was like top 4 right now in rankings or something.
Wow, interesting. Okay, I honestly thought I was gonna like Tomodachi Game more, but I like Love After World Domination way more than I like Tomodachi Game.
Just a quick overall thoughts on Tomodachi Game. What you think?
It's okay.
Okay.
I don't like the hand that it's dealing out. It's starting to become predictable, and I don't think I like where it's going, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to reveal early. We're gonna talk about this in spoiler talk too. They're trying to reveal early to counter reveal later, and that's extremely,
it's almost obvious that we know that that's not really the case here.
Exactly. So
like there's more to it, and I feel I'm gonna say this just kind of to counter, but not counter your thing. It feels like you said, they're gonna counter, introduce this scenario, and it's gonna be like this person put this person in a scenario to where they had to do this to get them here and take the blame off of them. It feels like it's gonna be something stupid like that in the end.
Atypical, right? So that transitions perfectly to Rob J. He says, I haven't dropped any shows. I'm really liking everything I decided to watch. I think that I would appreciate Tomodachi Game's dub more because it's hard to keep up with the rules sometimes. I definitely see that. The rules are they kind of like speed by.
And I also feel like even if it was dubbed, right, because they don't really say the rules, they just put them on the screen. And if it was dubbed, we still got to look at it and read it all, right? Like I might be able to read it in like 3 seconds, but I don't think everybody gonna look at the screen and be like, all right, absorb it.
It's impossible though, because it's paragraphs and paragraphs of shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to,
and it's like literally 1 second.
when they started this game, they showed all the rules. It was up for like 4 or 5 seconds, but it was like 10 rules. You expect me to read 10 rules in 5 seconds?
Right.
Do I look like I'm a professional reader? That's all I do for my life? No, bro. Give us more time than that. And it's subbed. So now I gotta pause the screen and read all the rules. Now we ain't read all them rules. I was like, all right, we're gonna find them out as we go.
Yeah, and I think that's what the point is. I think they're explaining the rules as it happens. Reading them early will give you like some sort of advantage because you will understand it a little bit clearer, but they explain it in the show, which I kind of understand what he's saying, because if it's dubbed, then you can actually understand the order in which these rules are presented, because they do the little big head dude talks kind of fast. So I can see where it'd be a little bit more comfortable to watch, but I'm just, I'm not as impressed with the show as I thought I would be, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't remember what it reminds me of, but it's another anime it reminds me of that.
Yeah, I already mentioned the one that that we thought it was. A Bond Superstar tweeted and says, I dropped Elm Aim Warriors. He said he dropped that because the mechs was ugly.
Yeah, and I was looking at that too, and it's a previous season, so I'm not gonna watch that yet. I don't think I'm gonna watch it at all, but I thought about it.
It's dope. Yeah, man, this season's pretty good. So a lot of people are keeping the list, and I think rightfully so, keeping the list stagnant. I think I'm gonna just wait for the dub of Rising of the Shield Hero. It's probably gonna get good. I'll catch it eventually. I'm not really, and then I always say that, right? Because here I am watching these shows, and I run out of shit to watch. Like, I watched everything, all 15 shows, and then I'm like, well, shit. So I turn on what's it called? Kimono Jaheen. Yeah, Kimono Jaheen. I finished that. I had 2 episodes left of that to do, which is like a Bandai Namco produced anime, which was fucking a sleeper from 3 seasons ago. Real good show. Real good show. Shonen, meathead kind of joint with kids. It's nice. It's a good show. So I finished that one. So I'm like, am I gonna be able to stop Rising even if I hate it, or I'm not really entertained by it? Because I'm not really overwhelmed. I haven't been overwhelmed with shows.
Here's my thought, and I'm only saying this because I'd be actually cool with you dropping Rising and Shield Hero, because like I said, while I'm not like necessarily 100% tired of it, like I'm going to continue to watch it, mostly because of like I feel like I'm grandfathered into watching it because I watched the previous season.
Same.
If you do drop it, go ahead and pick that double case study of Anita's up again. If you still watch it. Because I'd rather you watch that, because I enjoyed that a lot, and I feel like that season is better than what we're seeing already from Rising of the Shield Hero.
I might be able to do that. That's a good. That might be a deal. I might end up still watching Rising, but then picking up Case Study, because I've been chopping down at this anime list. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, 24 shows in my anime in progress list on AniList. So I want to clean those out. I want to clean those out before the summer hits. That'd be dope if I can get that done. I doubt it, but it will be nice. I'm gonna try it. That's gonna be my self-attained goal. But we got Dad Needs to Talk podcast. Shout out to Dad Needs to Talk podcast, aka Rob. He says it's been raining great anime this season. I have the opposite problem where there's so much to watch that I've chose what is a priority weekly watches and other stuff that I'll squeeze in the circle and circle back to them later. I feel like there is something to watch for all tastes this season. Now I don't know about that, Rob, because I'm not being fulfilled with my drama.
Polo is drama, bro. I swear. He ain't got enough drama in his life. He got to find it. I live so drama free that I need it in my anime. Did you see what I said on Twitter the other day? I said something about how how I don't like watching real people on TV because I get enough of that in real life. And people was talking about that. Well, like, I'd rather go out and see you in person. I think I said that in the previous episode. Like, I'd rather see real people in person. Oh, true. But I hate watching real people on TV because as soon as I see it, I'm instantly irritated. It's like, it's drama. Yep. Immediately. As soon as I see real people on TV, I'm like, oh my God. Not nothing against it, because obviously sometimes I watch real people on TV because I got a wife and she don't watch that stuff. Yeah. You know? But me, I'm like, if I ain't have a choice, I would almost never have anything to do with real people. I'll have like I'll watch like Interstellar, like Limitless, yes, and a few other movies, but I'll almost never watch real people on TV.
I watch the Truman Show too, because you hip to that?
No, what's that?
It's my second favorite movie of all time. It's
the Truman Show.
Truman Show. It's Jim Carrey, and he was born inside of a show where his entire life is faked, but it's being recorded and broadcast to the world. And from the moment he's a baby all the way up until he's a grown adult working a job, he's living in the TV show. It's fucking phenomenal. Great show. It's a film, bro. The Truman Show is a literal film. Absolutely loved it. All right. Let's slide to the question portions of this episode 149 of Mic Check Wife for Wife. It's a lot of questions to get through, so let's try to run through these quickly but thoroughly. All right, let's start with Rob J. Rob J says, favorite alcoholic drink and characters that annoy the shit out of you.
I like to drink old fashioned, or I just like rum and Coke. That's my favorite alcoholic drink. What about you, Polo?
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but it's definitely a bourbon. I do like to do the old fashions as well. when I'm chilling.
Old, bro.
Very old. That's really it. But what anime characters annoy the shit out of you?
Everyone in Black Clover.
True. I fucking that show.
Everyone in Fairy Tail.
True. Man, that show Black is crazy. Listen, we about to make a lot of people mad. It's
Meliodas and Seven Deadly Sins.
It's crazy how bad Black Clover is. It's so crazy.
It's so crazy. And I'm sorry, Cam. I know you love that show, but
nah, dog. Nothing good about it. All right. We're gonna make a lot of people mad. A lot of people are. You know what's funny? Side tangent, real quick. What's funny is that a lot of people started listening recently and don't realize that we've had this entire podcast a disdain for Black Clover, and because we haven't talked about it in so long. Mm-hmm. It's wild, and that's a crazy fan base. They're very weird.
We gotta drop that Philip J. Woodward picture again. The trash can.
True. Shout out to Philip J. Miss you, bro. Yeah, I would say Asta for sure. He's awful. Annoy the hell out of me, and it's not even because the screaming. The screaming isn't even a problem. It's to everything else that.
I give Asta credit for being the only person on the show who actually works, but everything else is. Yeah. That show, I'm just so surprised people like Naruto 2.0. Like, come on, bro.
But they will fucking die on the cross to say that it ain't nothing like Naruto.
The only difference is he got a better relationship with Sasuke in this show.
Oh, okay. Let's go to question/game from Father of Ash, the other Rob from Dad Needs to Talk podcast. He said, build your own anime family from a new series.
Oh, so we doing like the Spy Family thing.
So he says, build your own anime family for a new series using characters from existing series. Pick the mother, father, 2 kids, any gender, and a family pet.
All right, we picking from this season, Polo, except for the pet. The pet can be for anything.
He says extra credit if you add grandparents. Shit, man, this is you can't do this season. Well, maybe you can. The problem is everybody young. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll start, and I'm gonna try to go with this season. I'm gonna go with grandparents. I want that extra credit. Grandparents are going to be the mother and father from Shikamori's Not Just a Cutie. Okay. Which is Yu's mother and father, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Is Yu's, which is the main male protagonist, mother and father. Then, the mother is going to be Desumi from the world over whatever. The father, I guess the father from Spy Family would be fine because that's the only father figure here. And then 2 children. And this is where it gets easy. Give me Shikamori. and then give me his name is Nagi from A Couple of Cuckoos.
Okay.
Now, and then the family pet. Let's go with Ponta from Skeleton Knight in Another World. Ponta is the little the fox spirit.
The Vulcan.
Mm-hmm. True.
So the grandparents for me are gonna be the parents from Spy Family.
Grandparents, okay.
They're gonna be the grandparents because they're technically like some of the only adults I'm actually watching this season. The regular parents, I'm going to choose the main character, Leon Fo Bartfault from Trapped in a Dating Sim. He's going to be the father. And then the mother, sheesh, brother, is going to come from Dawn of the Witch because I like her a lot. Holt.
Oh, yeah, Holt.
She going to be the mother.
Like that.
And then the kids, we're gonna rock with Anya because come on, she's adorable as fuck. And then let's go with. I guess technically she might be. She's not an adult. She's a kid still. Lily from I'm Quitting Heroing. She's the Beast Warrior girl. Mm-hmm. And then family pet will be. I can't go with Panta. Family pet will be. We're gonna rock with Ludens, the staff.
The staff. That's the family.
We're gonna do Ludens, the staff from Dawn of the Witch.
I like that a lot, actually. That's great. Okay. Let's go. Where do we want to go next? Let's go with. I guess that's it, huh? Okay. Well, we got worst generations questions. Sweet. We can just about done with that. All right. So the first question from Worst Generation is pick. Shout out to Worst Generation podcast. Make sure y'all check out Anime After Dark CH every two. Wait, when is it? Saturdays?
Thursdays now.
It's Thursdays now. Okay. Every Thursday night. I believe at 9 they get started on Twitter Spaces. Hashtag Anime After Dark CH. It says pick 3 of the most overpowered anime characters you know and form a team with them. Now form a separate 3-man team to take them down and explain how you think they'll get the W. What?
Okay. All right.
You gonna make us contradict ourselves? This is what we're gonna do.
All right.
I'm gonna pick a team. You gonna pick a team, and then let's
make our teams fight each other.
Yeah, make our teams fight each other.
All right.
3 overpowered characters in that. Man, this is fucking easy.
Okay.
We got to do a draft.
All right. Who's the first character you picking?
Oh, you giving me first pick?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, you a goat. You a goat for that. Give me Ard Meteor.
Oh, we only doing this season?
No. No.
Oh, Meteor?
Give me Ard Meteor.
I'm choosing Toma Kamijo from a certain magical index.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember what his ability was, but his ability just stopped everything else.
Yeah.
Stopped everybody else's ability.
Yeah. All right. Give me somebody. Give me One Punch Man.
I knew you was gonna do that. Oh my goodness, bro! Ain't no way. All right,
you lost, bro.
Hold on. You chose Saitama and
Saitama and Ard Meteor from
Ard Meteor. Got you.
The greatest demon lord was born as a typical nobody.
Hold up. I'm gonna choose Anos Vodigo.
Okay. Good choice.
Because if you going that way, I got to do something. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, to make it easier, I'm quitting heroing. Give me the main character from that, which his name is Leo Demonheart.
All right. I mean, so hear me out. I'm
Saitama punching the fuck out of certain magical index because that's all physical damage. You ain't stopping that.
Yeah, he definitely getting folded. He definitely getting folded. But nobody else can beat him. Anos can fold everybody else except for probably Ard.
Yeah.
Because Leo seemed like, but we don't know how strong Ard is. But Anos, we know.
Well, we do know how strong Ard is.
Yeah, he too strong, but we ain't seen all his stuff yet.
That's true.
But we saw Anos kill people, bring them back to life. Kill people, bring them back to life. My final character is gonna be fucking Madoka from Madoka Magica.
Okay.
I know you ain't seen it.
No.
But as far as I'm concerned, can't nobody on this list beat her.
Not even Saitama?
Not even Saitama.
I don't know what the fuck that is, so I'll give it to you. I don't know who will win in these versus these teams because I don't know Madoka Magica's lore.
Okay, I'm not gonna pick her then. I'm gonna pick somebody else. I'm gonna pick somebody else since that's not. If you don't know her, that ain't fair. I'm gonna pick motherfucking
motherfucking
I would pick shit, bro. Whis from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh shit! Okay.
That's what we gonna do. We just gonna do that because I gotta think of somebody stronger than what you got, bro. I don't know. Because Saitama, I think Saitama fought in Toma. Period.
Yeah.
Ano's fighting Ard the whole time.
Yep. And then it's between Leo and Wise, and I think Wise got that.
Yeah, but like.
But then again, we don't know Leo's powers either.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, that's true, but we ain't seen the extent of Leo. I don't think he as strong as Whis.
Yeah, because Whis is fucking he's fucking Tom magician and shit.
But Ard was out there making magic.
Oof.
So I think that's the issue that we have here is that somebody like Ard, if he's making magic to simplify things and still kill stuff, or we don't know what his full extent is. He might be able to see somebody like Whis and be like, you know what?
And then you think about that fight he had against that guy where he did that blaze or whatever the fuck it was. He also shielded him. Why?
But Whis can rewind time and can blow up planets and stuff like
Very
that.
true.
He got ultra instinct and he's overpowered, but it's when you don't know the full technical capabilities of somebody, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, we only know some of his moves. I
definitely think somebody creative like Ard could figure something out.
But what about the thing with Leo is he took out a whole Demon Lord army. So we didn't get to really see. Well, we did, but
we found out recently that he didn't even try because he didn't hurt anyone.
Exactly.
No casualties.
Exactly. So that's what we don't really know the extent of his power either. So it's kind of I kind of cheated with making that choice. So
I don't know. Anos is up there.
Yeah, no, Anos is definitely.
He stopped time.
That's what I'm saying. Him and I think Ard is on that level with Anos. So even so far, even as early as we are in typical nobody, I think he might be up there. I don't know though, because Anos did fucking stop time.
Yeah, I chose Anos because I knew that was your boy, and I was like, nah, bro.
Yeah. Because if you didn't pick Anos, I would have chose Anos instead of Leo.
A bunch of overpowered. Polo chose Saitama.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Saitama ain't took damage since we started the show. Bro got hit in the face. The only thing that hurt him was a mosquito.
And that motherfucker got blasted to the moon. Came back down with a moon rock.
Right, bro.
Crazy.
It's fucking insane.
All right. I don't know. We can call it a draw. Fuck it.
It looked like we both at least got one victory and maybe a tie. So I'm going to say it's a tie.
Yeah, true. Other questions. He says, build your own show. Pick one character from any anime/manga to create the cast. Pick a protagonist. Pick two antagonists to be the main character's friends. Two villains to be your enemies. One mentor. One rival. One power system. One genre. Good luck. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. All right. So let's do the first one.
All right, Leak. You're killing me, Smalls.
We're gonna do this to build your show segment.
So it has to with needing two antagonists and two villains, it has to be a shonen, like a meathead.
Well, are we doing protagonist first, or what do we start with?
I know. I'm trying to think of what my protagonist can be, since it has to be like a meathead joint. I don't fucking know, bro. It don't necessarily
have to be meathead, because antagonist is just someone is not who is in the direct opposition of the main character.
Yeah, but what about the villain?
Oh, as he said, protagonist, antagonist, and villain?
Yep.
I mean, same thing. Like if we go to like Erased, we have antagonist and a villain, you know?
We don't really have an antagonist, but we do have a villain. I don't know.
Or Tokyo Revengers, you know, same concept.
Yeah.
I guess that's still technically a meathead thing. But all right, my protagonist, Who my protagonist gonna be? My protagonist is going to be Rokuro from Twin Star Exorcist.
Okay.
The manga.
Now, two antagonists to be friends with the main character. I think we should build a show together. How about that to make it a little bit easier?
Okay. All right. So you cool with Rokuro?
Absolutely, I am.
All right. I love that dude.
Okay. So, two antagonists to be the main character's friend.
Antagonists to be friends?
Yeah, the Sasuke's, the the.
Oh, okay.
Shit, man.
You picking the first antagonist.
Let me go through the anime list. This is a tough one. Okay. Taiyo Asano from Mission Yozakura family.
All right. My antagonist is actually going to be Natsuki Subaru from ReZero.
Okay.
Because of what? What else was worse than that? What's harder than that?
True. Two villains to be your enemies. I'm about to fuck it up. I'm about to fuck it up with this one. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me verify something. Now, they don't have to be villains, do they? Can they just be
additional antagonists? Because I mean,
no. They could be regular heroes that I'm making the villain.
Okay. Yeah, anybody. It don't matter who it is. We making them. So we giving them evil intent.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with. This is fucking awful. There's no way. Well, I don't know. Maybe there is a way. What? I can't think of. I feel bad for not knowing this off the top of my head. But what's the main characters from Solo Leveling? I forget his name.
I can't think of it right now either. But do you want him the villain?
Yeah.
That's difficult. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Me either. It's gonna be able to make for an interesting ass show though.
Jinwoo.
There it is.
So that's the first villain.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to make him get hold like Madara did. Because ain't no way we gonna do anything. And no one's winning that.
No. Yeah. Straight up.
So you chose Jinwoo. I'm gonna choose. Sheesh, bro. Bro chose Jinwoo for a villain. You see what you did, Leak?
Oh my goodness.
For my villain, I'm gonna choose Kid Buu from Dragon Ball.
Okay, so we'll make him get hold by Jinwoo, and then Jinwoo be the main villain.
Jinwoo turn Kid Buu into a shadow.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god, yo, Kid Buu already was destroying universes and but galaxies and shit. It's gonna be
awful, just awful.
Jinwoo is unbeatable. It's a death wish.
One mentor. All right. Since you chose,
yeah, go ahead. You choose the mentor.
Since you chose protagonist, I'll choose the mentor. Give me. Fuck, this is tough, man. I want somebody actually experienced. Ooh, no, this is what I'm gonna do. Give me a Shiro from Log Horizon. What they I think his nickname was like the Devil in Glasses or something like that because he's a strategic mastermind. He's so fucking great at like building strategies that I think he will find a way to beat Jinwoo.
Perfect. Let's go. Is that it?
One rival.
Okay, rival. Damn, who the rival gonna be? All right. So the rival Ikikuragane.
Good choice. One power system. Shit.
Oh, good. I'm so happy you get to choose this one.
Fuck. Give me something easy to explain.
Definitely not Nin. Bro said, give me something easy to explain.
One fucking power system. Just give me an isekai's levels. So something like,
let's go.
Yeah, something like sword art.
Sword art. Let's go.
Yeah. Something easy to understand, like levels. There we go. And then one genre. I mean, action, right?
Well, I mean, it's isekai.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We're gonna make it isekai.
We're gonna make it an isekai. Okay, where they all get sent to this one world, and in this is the outcome of. Oh yeah, hell yeah! It's an isekai where every one of these anime characters get pulled into this one world, like Space Jam and shit. And then this is the situation that they're in. Because
the thing,
Jinru is actually, when you think about it, he's the fucking Shadow Monarch. So that's actually relatively evil-esque.
But how about we do this, right? So they come into the world. Jinwoo did not lose his powers when coming to this isekai world. Everybody else lost everything, right?
Oh no!
Let's make everybody else lose everything.
Well, he lost all his shadows, right?
Except for Jinwoo and Kid Buu. But Jinwoo had to build his shadows up. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Jinwoo and Kid Buu did not lose anything when coming to the. But it's like Grimgar, where they gotta actually grind and work.
That's disgusting. Because it's gonna be impossible.
No, it's not. We got
the greatest strategic
Shiro as a mentor.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right.
We got Subaru. We're gonna say Subaru didn't lose his ability to not fully die. So we got Subaru to make sure things just go handle that over there real quick. Just figure it out. I don't know. It ain't gotta be that. It could be like sword art.
I know. I like it.
But yeah, that's crazy.
I like that. Okay. All right. Well done. We got it done. We got there.
Giving these difficult questions.
Yeah, that was heat. Great questions, y'all. Great questions. What would our anime be called?
Hold up. I got you. It's gonna be great. What we gonna do? I used to do this when I was building D&D campaigns. Fantasy name generator.
Be careful, because the name of this anime is gonna be the name of this episode.
Oh no. We'll go with English names. All right. Pick a number 1 through 10.
7.
Paths of the Spiteful.
Ooh, wait, what?
Paths of the Spiteful.
Past of the Spiteful? Path. Okay.
As in like walkway, path.
Path of the Spiteful. There it is. What an anime title. What a Path of the Spiteful. They gonna think this episode is something completely different than what it really is.
For sure, bro. For sure.
I love it though. Path of the Spiteful.
Let's go.
I like that. Let's get to know Mic Check Waifu. This is part of the podcast where one of us rolls a random number generator. The other reads a question associated with that number. You can get to know us a little bit better. It's Tell turn to roll a random number generator. My turn to read the question. Was that too quick for you?
Nope, we good.
Okay. Yeah, I was too quick.
It's 39, right?
It's 38.
38. All right. 31.
Would you rather trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence? I don't give a fuck about my looks, so give me intelligence all day.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I was ugly, I'd be okay with that. I'm going for the intelligence.
Yeah, give me the intelligence. Weird question. All right. When we come back, we're going to discuss. Oh, what did we say we were going to discuss?
Summertime rendering,
Tomodachi Game, and let's go with
maybe Spy Family.
Yes. And what we're going to do is we're going to just basically give some speculations on the most recent episode. So episode 3 of Spy Family, episode 3 of Tomodachi Game, and episode 2 of Summertime Renderer. We'll be right back after these.
祇園少女の鐘の声、諸行無常の響きあり。
And welcome back to episode 149 of Mic Check Waifu. Make sure you do us a favor, check out LudeComplex.com. And when you go to LudeComplex.com, make sure you order something. And when you order something, make sure you type in a little note section that Might Check Waifu sent you. We appreciate that. They appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting us and Lou Complex. We appreciate y'all. Listen, we're going to talk general spoilers or speculation on what we think was going to happen in these anime. Which anime you want to start off with, Tel?
I want to talk about Summertime Rendering first.
Let's do it.
So I want to start with my theory.
Let's go.
My theory was this from the beginning, but I just wasn't sure yet. I think he is partially a shadow. Only because obviously his eyes, but
which he just now realized, by the way.
Yeah, but I think it might have happened in that, like, you know, it might have happened right then and there on that boat. Like, it might have not happened until he got on that boat when he had that dream and she touched him and she said, "Here," like she gave him something. But we know she died. Well, we're learning now that she may have died from the shadow, which makes me believe that what she gave him in that dream was like her actually passing, and she said, "Boom, here," and now he's partially a shadow, which probably exempts him from some of the side effects of, like, you know, being able to die and come back, those kind of things. Right. But that's my theory. I don't know if it's gonna hold up. I don't know how long it's gonna go, but I'm hoping, you know, maybe I'm a little right.
Yeah, I kind of thought that's what they were saying or what they were implying. Yeah, but they said at the end of this episode, they said something about what made it seem like. I thought at first they were talking about him, but then she said, like, look at it, just living amongst them, but they were talking about the little girl. So in this episode, right, we start off almost from scratch, where our character wakes up on the boat again, face full of breast. And, you know, he kind of panics and he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't mean to." He gets slapped again. Yeah. So let's just go right into, like, just thinking about the show, because everybody's here. They already watched it. They know what happened. I hope so. So I really want to talk about his method of figuring. Well, his first time getting caught by Mio when he was outside with the cop. And that's where we learn, like, the major story beats or pieces of the show. So a shadow kills a person that then creates a shadow, which means that shadow can then get rid of evidence of their previous life. So that, to me, I think is a huge takeaway, because who the fuck on this island is original? We have no idea right now. We have no clue who is original, who's not. Mio seems like she's been doing it, or this shadow of Mio seems like she's been doing it since the beginning. But I was gonna say, it's also fair to assume that if his friend Ushio, she's already a shadow. Killed by a shadow, where is the shadow? Where is the shadow? That's like, what happens, man? This so much intrigue in this show. This is what makes the show so special. I think what you said is absolutely right. Like, I've thought that exact same thing from the moment when Mio was talking about he's already, and then it cut to the next scene. Like, they didn't even let her finish what her full sentence was, stating that he's already probably half shadow. Hence why, you know, she said that way to the officer. But what also interests me is when the officer was coming up in the goop, didn't it look, I'm gonna make up another word here, I've been making up words every episode, galaxified, like it was part of the universe, kind of like a universe type thing when he came from the shadow. They also gave us, like, the glitchy rendering effect, right? And they keep doing that too, right? And it makes me kind of think again, like, what is this thing? Right. Because if it's just a shadow, why does the shadow have a glitch effect? Why would that be relevant to what's happening here? Right. And it's like, isn't it like a flash too that happens and shit? It's like so many different pieces. And it's like a flash, like a camera, I think. Yeah, it's so many different pieces. That's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Now, I do think it's cool though, like when that
Is it that the shadow takes a flash, and that might be what it is actually, is that the shadow has to touch the person, right? And that flash is them like almost like taking a snapshot of their entire life. So now the shadow knows everything about them.
Right.
The shadow may be completely non-existent, and that would be also why the shadow before couldn't copy Ushio, and that might solve it, because Ushio was in the water drowning, right? How do you copy someone who's already about to die, like before you get a chance to kill them? Or is there like some prerequisite? Maybe she couldn't get to kill because the water, took care of it first,
It could either be the water, it could be the fact that the people, because it was in broad daylight, right? So everything happened in daylight, which means that as soon as she drowned, quote unquote, but we know she was strangled. As soon as she drowned, they took her out of the water, and then they put her on a beach, and then they were trying to resuscitate her. And obviously that meant they couldn't make the copy. Or
one more thing. One more thing. What if the shadow was the one with the marks on her neck? What if Ushio died, fighting the shadow? And we never recovered Ushio's body, but the shadow came back up and was already dead, and they couldn't resuscitate him.
Because we don't know what happens to a shadow when they die, so she could have just replaced her.
But we do know that if Ushio had been touched by the shadow, basically, and they did the thing,
the flash,
she would just be black soot into nothingness, right? She would not be there anymore,
right?
But the shadow would still be there, and if the shadow dies, essentially, we don't know what happens. They could have died like a regular person. We assume that they've taken the body and have now presumed the life of that person.
Right.
What could have been in the casket may have never actually been Ushio to begin with.
In the first place. Hence why she was able to go into that dream world and give our guy the half shadow power or whatever the fuck. Or just be a part of that whole universal thing. Because when he was traveling through time, it was like a universe. Woo! Right. Ooh, we put it together.
We putting the pieces together, y'all.
Put the pieces together. This is why Mike Check is here. Now, all right, that's incredible. But here's the last thing I want to end off with before we go to the next show. What if this fucking show, and I'm terrified. I'm
thinking the same thing. Go ahead.
I'm gonna knock on wood. But what if this show, and you probably not, but what if this show decides that everybody just get taken over at the end, and it's just
that's not what I think, but yeah, that I would rock with that.
You would rock with that, really?
Yes, bro. Because look, I don't actually have anything. I don't have a problem with a and when I say bad ending, I don't mean a bad ending.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't have a problem with an ending where what we did not want to happen happens in the end. The only anime I didn't like that just did it all the way wrong was Platinum End. They did that shit wrong. But if this anime ends with the fact that the shadows presume the life of the entire town, but like you can't tell the difference from the shadows and the real people, I'm okay with that kind of, because it's like it would be interesting to see that yes, the shadows want to live a regular life. We don't know what's going on. I don't think that's a bad idea.
And maybe that's what drove them to do this, for survival, right? Like maybe they're a galaxy alien type of being, and they're just trying to survive. So, and in order to survive, they need to do this to cultivate their family members or whatever it is. I just think that's corny. I kind of want it, because I think that's what's funny is that I think that's the way it's gonna go, and it's extremely predictable.
You think it's gonna go that way?
Yeah, I do.
I think we're gonna get close to an outcome like that, but it's like I think our main character's gonna get to the end and probably see some shit like that, and he's gonna have a realization that like this is how we fix this, and this is how we don't let that happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, because how would that happen? And as far as we know right now, the shadows have no idea that when he dies, he comes back.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, you're right.
So they would just kill him and attempt to do the same thing, and he comes back and it's like, all right, now I know why this happened, and let's try and figure it out again. Until there's a scenario where the shadows actually realize, oh, this is why, and then they time or some shit like that.
And I absolutely love the way when the third time he came back, I love the way he
Didn't come back to the same exact place.
Yeah, it gave Mio that too, but gave Mio the evidence of her standing outside the house and while she was in the shower. Like that whole sequence of events shows that he's smart, and I like the fact that he's smart because, yeah, I don't think any other like character would think that way in this particular situation. I think that's dope. All right, next show. Let's talk about Tomodachi Game. Yet this show's okay. It's okay.
It is. It's mad decent.
Exactly right.
And
it's not a bad show. It's not a good show. It's just decent.
I think like the only issue I really have with this episode is I feel like they did too much with what's his face. And like I hate how they tried to cover it up, almost make it seem like it was somebody else. Like the way they tried to verbalize it or put it in the context was it makes it seem like it's our main character. Right. But it wasn't, obviously. We knew that from his monologues in the previous episodes that it wasn't him.
Yeah, but it probably will be.
I mean, it could be, yeah. But I don't think that's how they're going to play it out unless they switch it up and give us scenarios where everyone seems like the main character, I guess. Where like we really get that more internal monologue from every character. So that's okay. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. My fault. No, go ahead, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like that's the only way to make it that way. They have to put the same kind of importance on the other characters that they gave us from our main character in the first episode. Yeah, and you're exactly right. This is my thought process. This is my theory. My theory is that they showed Tenji first. And this is his whole quote unquote puppeteering act or plan to try to break up this friendship. Then the next episode is going to be the blonde hair guy. He's going to have an entire plan to break up the friendship. And then it's going to be Shiho. And it's going to be all everybody. Everybody's going to have that moment to where they're trying to break up our friendship. This is just one theory I have. Try to break up the friendship to where they are like you said, the main antagonist in this series. Each person is going to try to sabotage each other, and that's going to be the moral of the story. Nobody's really friends here. Or they're going to spin it like it's Tenji, but in actuality, it's our main character, the one trying to prove that these people aren't really trying to be friends. And he's going to put them on fucking blast. He's going to blast them out like, yo, this is what I did to make sure to see how you guys handle this kind of situation. He's going to be like the fucking, what's that? That thing from the Saw movies. Jigsaw? Yeah, he's going to be the Jigsaw to this entire game situation because he seems intelligent enough to warrant this kind of situation because he knows that since episode 1 that somebody's been trying to fuck this up, and he's probably figured out his Tenji already, and he's just trying to he's going to be the one to be like, all right, this is what you did, this is what you did, this is what you did, none of you guys are trying to be friends. Right. Let's get this shit right. Okay, I like that. One or two ways. I won't be upset with that though. Like that's the thing, is like if they make him the villain, I'm cool with that. But if they do that, I would much rather them. I don't want them to give us the perspective like I told you about before. I don't want them to give us the perspective like they switch it up and make everyone kind of get there. Yeah, I still want monologues from them, right? Yeah, like their internal monologues. But I would like that if they keep Tenji as the de facto main character, right? Like I would like if he's the de facto main character in the entire time they play it. Like, wait. You mean Tenji as the antagonist main character or Tenji? As the antagonist, like right? Like I don't want them to represent like, hey, it seems like he's doing something shady here. I would like that they continue to make him seem like he's fighting to keep the group together. No, you talk about, okay, so you got the names confused. Tenji. Yeah, I might. Tenji is the antagonist. Tenji is the guy that we found out at the end that he's been the one trying to. Yeah, I don't mean Tenji. I mean, what's his face? Yuichi. Yuichi, yeah. I want Yuichi to remain the de facto main character, good guy. But if he's pulling strings, I'd rather those strings kind of be tied together in the end, where they show us like, this is what I've been doing the whole time. And or like episode 11, right? 12 episodes. Episode 11 show us like, boom, this is what I've been doing. In episode 12, they try and break it shit down, whatever. Right. But that's what I want to see. I think my scenario, which is what you just described, my scenario 2,
I think that's what I want, but scenario 1 is what it's gonna be. I feel like everybody's gonna have that. Yatori is also trying to fuck everybody up because she was bullied. Shiho was fucking. She's just. I don't know. She's trying to get Yuichi, so she's doing whatever it takes to make him fall for her. Tenji is obviously, we already saw what he's up to, and then Makoto is going to be the one that's trying to get Shiho to fall for him. And I think they're all going to have their individual reasons to why they're trying to break this friendship up, and I think that's lame. And I think that's what it's going to be, sadly. I think my scenario 2 is what I want as well, but no, scenario 1 is much more likely.
You think it's going to be like a bunch of love stories while they all kind of love?
No, it's just
try and break the friendships up because they feel like it's coming in between each other.
Not really love. It's more so like personal vendettas, right? Like Yutori being bullied, she's going to want to get revenge on anybody and everybody she can. And I guess the one stagnant comment point is Yuichi being legitimately the one that's actually trying to be friends with everybody. But I think he's going to be the one to call everybody out on their shit. I don't know, bro. I feel like you need a friend that call you out on your shit. Yeah. Yeah, true. I don't know. I just don't. I don't think it. I think this is just okay.
Yeah. I was also gonna say, if y'all didn't know, the friend that call you on your shit.
What happened? Hello?
Saying,
oh, there you go.
Yeah. I was saying that Polo and I are always the friends that call people out on their bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Polo called me out on my shit. I call everybody else out on their shit. It just always been like that.
Yeah. Tomodachi Game is pretty okay. It's not, it's not the timeline stopper everybody made it out to be, though.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's okay.
Good enough. Yes, that's it.
I will say this though, funny story. In comparison to our next animator we're gonna talk about, my wife and I both watched Tomodachi Game and Spy Family together, and she greatly prefers Spy Family.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, but it's also like, I'm just gonna say it's better, at least right now.
Yeah, I don't see it getting any better. I mean, I don't see Tomodachi Game getting. Yeah, I don't see that getting any better. I see that staying remotely very much average. Very much average.
Yeah.
Spy Family though, fucking good, so good.
It's yo, I almost died laughing when we got to that.
Your mic's cutting out.
I'm sorry, my bad. I almost died laughing when we got to that point where Anya was holding yours hands.
Yeah.
And yours, like, it's almost like that moment when I was holding my brother and I broke a couple of his ribs. I was like, hold up. Anya was like, hold up.
Let me back up.
That shit was great, bro. That was great.
Absolutely loved it. I love when when they were just walking and kind of just talking, and during the outing, and the guy takes the old lady's purse and fucking you're spry in the action, bro. God, she's so dope. She's so fucking dope. And then it just kind of like did this whole family sequence of events. That is like what the future of this show can be. And I hope it is.
And it was great because it was like, we don't know about each other, but they work so well together. She said, I want to go eat cake. He looks down, sees exactly what he needs to see, and everything just works. I do think it would be cool if they did know more about each other, but I don't need them to know that. I love the way that it's a secret from each other. Anya knows all the truth, but it's like they working. Anya's the one keeping the group together. Yeah. And it's like, she's the reason it works so well. It's great. But even like the scene where she was drawn, because they went to like the little like group museum thing, and she's drawn, and she's like, oh my God, if they find out they're going to get rid of me, and they see it, and he's like, okay, so that's what did he say?
Something from the show you watch.
Yeah, it's a spy from the show you watch, and he's watching it, and he's like, yeah, and this is a cat. She's like, it's not a cat, it's a bear. He's breaking it down. He's like, he can't tell what's going on.
I love it.
It was great because it's like she was so worried. Meanwhile, she could have just let him see it. He don't know no different. He's a spy, but he's not a genius per se.
Yeah, or I mean, the dad for that matter.
Yeah, right.
He can't read kids' drawings. Like, why would he be able to? He doesn't deal with kids ever.
Yo, Monique and I were literally looking at it like, how can he tell?
Right. Nobody can tell. It's great, man. I absolutely love Spy Family. It's truly been a joy to watch. Truly, absolutely.
We talk about this season has been wholesome. This is
yes,
almost the pinnacle of wholesome here.
The number one, with a little bit of comedy sprinkled in there too. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, with that being said, that's a wrap for 149. What a great episode.
For sure. So, recap. We just finished talking about Spy Family, Tomodachi Game, and Summertime Rendering. Let us know favorite of those three. What's your favorite of this season so far that you really want to see in spoiler talk? Polo hit us with a great song in the break, but also Worst Jam Podcast had us build our own show, and we put together Paths of the Spiteful. You know, some greatness. And thanks for all the questions. We really appreciate you guys. We talked about love after world domination. We also asked, what's the most impressive thing you've seen from this season? We also talked about Rising the Shield flop, 3-episode rule. What's being dropped? I watched Ayoashi. Polo watched a couple of cuckoos. But Polo wanted something a little bit more serious or some messiness in this season, something that's really going to drive home some different details. True. And our episodes of the week being Ayoashi and Shikamaru Isn't Just a Cutie, some great episodes. And that's the end of episode 149. I might check Waifu. I'm
at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Might Check Waifu on Twitter and at Might Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Might Check.